Good morning, children. How are you today? Fiddling with my goddamn LEDs again. I can't get to... I even changed the little connection and it stays stable for a while. I can't for the life of me figure out what the bloody well problem is. I don't know if it's like maybe taking a bit too much power and overheating the fucking little connector. And then that's loosening it. So kind of the little bit that's supposed to touch kind of slips out. Whatever. It's just electricity. Some kind of wizard nonsense. Alright. Got this fucking show on the road. Oh. Deluxe. I wonder what is the deluxe? I know it's... I think it goes, what is it? It's French going through for luxury, but I don't know where it goes past that, and I'm kind of curious now. There we go. Alright. You can do it. Work for daddy. I have to look that up. Actually finding the right one. I don't know what any... I think Brisbane has daylight savings. I got no idea. I don't pay attention to it, to be honest. Mouse worked so well last time. Okay, please select a course. Intermediary. Fantasy. Alright. Let's just go straight to compet. What the? This is madness. Whose fantasy is this? Alright, that was way too hard. Or just fucking right. We'll never know. Around here somewhere? Alright, this is getting wacky. I mean, I have no, like, bearing on where the fuck it's gonna come out. Anus. Well, that was on me. Okay. Place, like, over here? The scale of these is a bit baffling, if you ask me. Where's the hole? What's even a thing in this environment? Like, I'm guessing this is where I'm supposed to put the fucking... Oh, alright. Alright, that has edges. Oh, fucking, look. Get up. Fuck you! Oh, piss off. This is the worst course in the living history. I mean, is that like a fucking physical... What's the fucking perspective here? Like, is that the hole? I mean, that was accidentally an amazing fucking putt. Oh, fuck off. These are ridiculous. Fucking starting pad. Look, I don't have to deal with your madness, okay? Fucking fantasy putt. That's batshit. They're not. You draw like, it might be slightly different if you use a controller, but I was using the mouse last time. I mean, I got a hole in one on the first hole, so that's something. I'm the hole man. Alright. This game feels like it already feels like it's going to be in that category of, why did this get finished? Look at that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Termina, sound. Area to find a tech class. Alright, Teclado, I think, starts the game. Alright. Okay, this feels like, I don't know why there's no control pad support for this one. Control, yeah, alright. Actually, hang on a sec. What's... yeah, alright, so that should be... Okay. Whole man does not have a fucking, gamepad map, even though it's, I don't think I can jump. Like, there might be a jump. I found Crash the game, so that's a kind of jump, I suppose. Is one way of... See, that's Kobayashi Maru. That's me fucking, like, hacking my way around having to deal with these enemies. Fucking, why is it... Let's at least try to get something done here. I'm curious. Well, up at least climbs the fucking ladder, What am I supposed... There's like one fucking... Like, there has to be a... Like, there's gotta be a jump. Oh, piss. Ah! Run! Run, whole man! What the fuck does that accomplish? I mean, I suppose I'm, like, just fucking invincible? That's great. Am I supposed to go somewhere and do something? Whole man really takes us to the depth of the existential reality. There's just nothing. That's just life, really. Sometimes you get touched by the little... that, and you die, and other times you don't. But at the end of the day, it's all meaningless, so... Holiday Lemmings. I feel like this level of degenerate marketing just doesn't happen as much these days. Or maybe it does, it's just happening in little areas where I don't pay attention. I love that none was an option there. It's like, please choose your video display. Ah, none. I'm just going to play Lemmings by sound alone. High performance PC. Oh man. Yeah, there are no holes. That was the weird... This is from that period of, like, The Simpsons releasing an album kind of thing, Like, this is that. I can't even see what these things are. I mean, what is that? Parachute, I think? Alright, that's blocker. There's one that's gotta be like a guy that digs. Like, is that it? Alright, I don't know what I did there. That one looks like it's got an erection. Fucking, you know. There he goes. Alright, fucking erection is digger. That's, you know, of course. That's, you know, just silly of me to not realize that. Alright, I gotta dig through that cunt. I think they'll die if they fall from there, which is a problem. I don't care. The fuck do I give a shit about fucking lemmings for? Fuck these little things. Yeah, I literally couldn't see which one was pickaxe. Like, I know pickaxe, fucking, I just, erection, alright. Full standalone game. Like, that whole thing in the like, because, you know, they had the joke about it in the episode where, like, they have, you know, Simpsons Christmas boogie, and that's not that much of a joke. Join your jolly green-haired friends again. Signosis. Fingerprints are all over this era. I'll keep the original Lemmings just as, you know, out of respect, but I'm not keeping fucking holiday Lemmings. I can eat shit. Okay. It's fucking text. It's the most interesting thing. John Candy? What the fuck? Is this one of its, like, difficult fucking... This whole thing feels like a Jiminy Glick bit. Yeah, good old owl ball. I think this is one of those ones that just never works. I don't know what the deal is with these ones. Just something just fucking don't want to play. Oh well. The Hollywood Murders by Zerbo. Okay. This looks weirdly like a homework game. Jiminy Glick. Have you never watched Jiminy Glick? Martin Short, like, he's an amalgam of a few people who were actually on TV, but Martin Short basically had this, like, it was him in a fat suit doing celebrity interviews, and because it's Martin Short, he was able to just be really obscenely cruel to these people, and the end result is gut-bustingly funny. He also had a movie that was really good as well, called Jiminy Glick and La La Wood, and in it, he does a fucking David Lynch impression that was so goddamn accurate, my dad thought David Lynch was in the movie. Like, didn't realize it was Martin Short. We watched the whole fucking film. I was like, yeah, it was real funny how, like, you know, Martin Short was also Lynch, and Dad was like, what? I had to go back to the fucking start of it. I love, like, I made that blood texture at home. Okay. For toll-free ordering. Oh, fuck me. It's just a fucking... It's a text adventure game. Beads of sweat. Like, there's a compilation of it out now, which is nice, but, like, You know, he'd always do it to Conan O'Brien, where he'd test run these fucking really cruel backhanded compliments. Oh, that's amazing. Sadly, I don't think there are controls for, like, the video, which is a bit of a pain. Because, like, I do love that it's like, it's a text adventure, but it's like, look, you know, you gotta have graphics these days. Like, it feels like a photo of the guy's mum from, like, the 70s. You know, I don't think, it really doesn't feel like that goes back to, like, the 30s, which I think is kind of like the fucking, you know, period he's trying to evoke. I really wish I could have been in the room when they pitched this as an idea. Like, what about giant tic-tac-toe with, like, you know, sea-level celebrities? Genius. And some of them, it'll just be like, they'll be fucking lying to you. Who's Dozo? What celebrities are these? Oh, well, Rob Schneider's there. That makes sense. But yeah, look up, you know, it's, I found it, like, impossible to find a torrent of all of the episodes. But if you just want to get a fucking taste, like I recommend YouTubing some Jiminy Glick. Just even highlights are great. Let's play Hollywood Squares against the computer. Yes. Sure. What are these things? Dry onions, eggplant, and garlic should all be stored at room temperature. Preferably at someone else's house. What key for Dale's answer? You know, were I on Hollywood Squares with a talking pig mutant, I'd probably be more interested in, like, other things a talking pig mutant had to say. I don't know, maybe not. You know, maybe that's well after we've already, you know, worked out where the talking pig mutant came from. And now he's just, you know, now he's just center square on Hollywood Squares. And he's got a legacy, you know, that's his square these days, you know, he's earned it. Oh, such promise. And it's a text. Like, there was a period where, you know, you knew you were getting a text adventure game. So this wasn't even a lie. This was like to help you use your imagination. You know, because you had to. That's just, imagine video games that still required imagination. Like, what's the fucking point? Does look like Paul Lind. Was it Alf? I thought it was a talking pig mutant, and I watched pretty much all of Alf. Oh boy. Color. Ah, another fine adventurer has come in search of fame and position that the Holy Grail promises. I don't know about that. I thought, like, isn't it like Christ's cup or some shit? Isn't it supposed to, I don't know, be one of the Dragon Balls that lets the Christians re-summon him? I don't... Can't say I bothered remembering how any of that works. Huh. I've played this on the consoles. I don't know if it's the same on DOS. It's very possible it's not. I feel like if you made like an RTS version of Home Alone, like it feels, or Tower Defense really. I mean, I'd be surprised if there isn't a Home Alone tower defense game on, like, fucking mobile somewhere, you know? Sound Blaster. Look, don't dick me around. I want to see fucking Home Alone, the DOS game. It'd make sense the Holy Grail's Nest is Floss upgrade. This looks like a licensed game that didn't actually have the license, you know? That's a big fucking house, man. Is it the same as, like, the SNES and Mega Drive versions? I think it is, yeah. Alright. Work out what the fucking controls are. Because, like, you know, Marvel let me go, but Harry will fucking kill me. Harry's a murderer, a child murderer. We know that. Okay, fucking select that. There's a lot going on here. Alright, so... The D-pad's just a nightmare of function keys. I love when they do that. It just cracks me up. In-game menu, pick up item. Alright. Place object at trap site. Okay, so... Can I not pick that up? Alright. What was the book for? Alright. Well, I mean, that looks already preset, you know? Okay. It wasn't set. Why am I just auto-run sometimes. Look at him, he's just scooching along. Pick up, I'm fucking doing that, you mutt. Whatever. Okay, stairs, entry. Oh, okay, I've got to like fucking... I actually have to be like in front of the flashing item, and so I gotta jump and like pick up a book. I can't jump up onto the fucking thing. I gotta like... I have no idea when Harry and Marv are coming to murder me. The bit in Home Alone 2 where he gets hit in the face with a bunch of bricks is still just so fucking funny. Look, fucking stop moving. Stupid child. Deserve to be eaten. Alright. Okay, I'm assuming the book will fall on one of them. Banana peel at the top of the stairs? I mean, you know. Guess not. What the fuck happened there? Alright, there we go. Good old banana peel. I feel like there's... yeah, what time do the Harry and Marv show up? It's like fucking 8:30 or some shit. Such a weird choice of just like... You're just gonna sit here and have like Joe Pesci and fucking Daniel Stern stare at you. I need like a decent fucking, you know... Where's the good shit? Why don't I have the gun? Some stuff you gotta jump up and grab, other stuff you are not allowed to jump up and grab. It's really irritating. And it doesn't sort of like, oh, there's the fucking blowtorch. Oh yeah, see now down here's got all the shit. Fucking, yeah, great, alright. Look. Alright, how do I select something different? What the fuck? How do I hang that on the fucking, you know, that's the classic. Like, that's the... What the... I swear the fucking controls are just, like, doing its own thing. No. Mmm! I'll just put it on the ground. I don't think I can hang that. That sucks. No. Fucking... Why am I trapped in this fucking... Hey, I got the old ice bit. Where's that? Oh, it was the back door, wasn't it? That's right. Does it go on the front? I'm pretty sure the heater thingy goes on the back door. I don't know if he even had a trap on the front door. Oh, fucking lord, why is it doing that? What the fuck? Stop, Lord. I don't know why it's just like, if you just leave the, if you just like, look, off he goes. I tried, like... Fucking placing objects at trap sites. I'm trying. I mean, I don't need that. Like, that's... I don't need all of that. That's just fucking ridiculous. It might be something to do with it being the fucking, you know... thumbstick, and... Could be that. You know, it could be the thumbstick's a bit... it still feels like it's just gone by itself. Okay. Oh, well, at least something is happening. That's hilarious. I needed to see, like, Harry and Marv show up, you know? Oh man, you know, that's all. I just like fucking... I think Marv's in the... I think fucking Harry's in the house. Look. Well, there we go. Yeah, there were two whole Home Alone games. Like, it's... I hate to say this, but I think, like, the fucking, you know, Mega Drive version, I think, might be the better one. fucking Shaq Fu. That should be illegal. Like, graphically worse, but like, look, you know, you actually get to see stuff happen to Harry and Marv, which I think is kind of like the key to all this. You know, like, I don't want to not see Harry and Marv get fucking hurt on account of that being, you know, kind of the core of it. And there's Home Alone on the SNES. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. That's some fucking artistic license has occurred with SNES Home Alone. Fucking. They got that, as opposed to like fucking. They didn't have the likeness rights to fucking Joe Pesci, so they got that like fucking fat mustache guy that was in like all those Coen Brothers movies. Ah, God, what was his name? He died a little while ago. I can't remember it. It's not that I missed the BB gun, it's that I was struggling to fucking get the goddamn game to behave. Like, you know, there were just primary issues with just, I'd like to go over here, or I'd like to put this somewhere. Yeah, it's wild that they're still trying to do Home Alones. Like, and that isn't literally Kevin fucking with them in a fucking old folks home, you know? Oh, shit. Alright, well, I got grabbed. Help me! Adults are trying to touch me! Oh, okay, I can, like, avoid shit. It sucks how this is, like, so much better than fucking, you know, the last one. Excuse me, madam. You know, there's at least something fucking happening here. What the fuck's that about? Alright. I got them toilet paper. Do I have to jump to get that to work? Okay. Oh, I'm going this way now. Fucking. Oh no. Pushing the wrong button, that's why. Yeah, fall down. See, this one at least I've got, like, I think I gotta jump to touch that one. What's with that lady? Fuck. I don't know why throwing broccoli on the ground is, like, a great disruption, you know? I wonder if anything else happens in this game. Just, fuck, this shit cracks me up. Oh, nope, still just fucking running away. Help me, titty lady. About fucking time, Jesus. Alright, just gotta navigate my way around that. Ah, fuck off. Eat shit. I think that is the whole game. Which I think is probably, like, the smart idea, considering their attempt at doing an actual Home Alone sucked. It is. Yeah, that's it. You're just running away. They don't even do like the, you know, tower defense shit. It's just let's run away from Harry and Marv for like a whole fucking game. That's amazing. I'll show you what the fucking... Look at this shit. Look at these fucking... Look at these licensed games. This is why they had that fucking reputation, you know? I mean, both of those can go fucking jump.
You fucking baby raper!
Home run derby. Yeah, I do like the idea of someone playing, like, you know that someone somewhere, Home Alone on DOS was like the only game they had. You know, and they probably hadn't even seen Home Alone. Okay. Yeah. Look, just fucking... Am I playing fucking bases ball here? What's happening? Have a little practice. Ah. So some whites only baseball. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I got... Wasn't ready. Wasn't ready. Alright, I wasn't ready. Wasn't ready. Oh!
It goes foul. Going back, just way back.
Well, that was fun. Goodbye. Hometown USA. What the fuck? That looks like what Mormons think will happen when God comes back. Just building them the perfect whites-only neighborhood. With his big giant hand. Look, the giant. Could be one of those movies where, like, it's a bunch of people and it looks normal and it turns out they're living in an enclosure run by aliens, you know? Hey, the giant hand's here. We got another store. Alright. Look, if I can't play the giant hand, I fail to see the value of this. Huh! How? What's the core of this gameplay going to... Am I the clown? Oh, like there are a lot of modern licensed games that are quite good. Like, but for a long time it was borderline universal that they were garbage. This is just gonna be some weird platformer, for some reason with Homie the Clown in it. Or it might be a point-and-click adventure? That's amazing. Hey, I got 50 cents. This is batshit.
Homie don't make no fool out of himself.
Can I hit him with the blackjack?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hit him! Hit him!
Homie don't play that.
Why did this get made? Like, you gotta kind of steer this one with, like... Alright. Okay. Alright, I can't get any further out there. Oh, there's a manual. Fantastic. Based on the outrageous character from In Living Color. All the excitement of an action game, plus the puzzles and intrigue of a graphic adventure. Wacky confrontations with annoying individuals. Smack them with Homie's sock. Point-and-click interface. Homie don't type. This is what it like. Like, as baffling as some licensed games are, DOS really, like, DOS and Amiga were like the home of just how and why. Today is Homie's lucky day. A company called Atropos Productions needs a clown for their new TV show, and they've narrowed the choice down to Homie or Klotzo. The problem is, someone mixed up the phone message from Atropos with 3 other messages, and Homie isn't sure where to go, but he'll have to find out quick if he wants the job. Making a boot disk. God, that's a fucking thing I haven't thought of in a long fucking time. Homie doesn't own a car, so he'll have to use the public subway system to cross the different parts of the city. Absolutely batshit. As I was saying, feed Ralph. Ah. Arcade action. Finally. It's not a 2D fighter where I'm just punching my wife. What the fuck? Special gift offer inside. Signed letter from Art Carney to those who complete the game. This has been a 1-2 punch of licensed titles. Oh yeah, I'm not deleting Homie to Clown. I mean, fuck. This would have been so great if you had, like, could you imagine giving this to, like, a fucking, not even a like, it would have been, like, Greatest Generation, like, fucking, you know, a grandpa who was 80 in the 80s. You know, someone who lived through, like, the Depression and shit, and it's like, yeah, here you go, here's a video game for you, it's based on fucking, you know, the Honeymooners. Oh, excellent. Where am I supposed to go? Oh. Okay. Ah. Well, Fred's trapped in the sewers for all eternity. What's that? Oh, okay, like a thing, a broken bit that I'm fixing. What was that? Did something get me? I have no idea where I am or what's happening. What the fuck? What is that? Are there chuds? That's insane. Still just... Ah. The Honeymooners I don't really want to keep. Please, God, Korea, just save us with some fucking... Put me in a little plane and make me shoot things. I just need something that makes sense. Even if it's written in Korean, I'll figure it out, you know? Fucking shmup is an international language that more people speak than Esperanto. I was really high once and I thought beav it to lever, and I've never been able to get that out of my head. Just beav as a verb. Oh. This looks artistic. Oh, there's a sword, that's cool. Yeah, this would be based on, like, Korean honeymooners. Which was set during their, like, fucking, I don't know, Middle Ages. Did I turn into the bird? Is that what's happening here? Or was the bird just completely dazzled by the fact that I just jumped off a cliff? It's like, fuck, did you see that guy just jump off that fucking cliff? Alright, so it's running on auto. Alright, I don't think it's got control pad support. Nyom! Help me out here, Lucy. Ah, shit. Don't know what any of that means. Huh, wonder what this one is. I wonder if I'll turn into a bird in this one, too. Esperanto. It's really funny because, like, Esperanto just being less of a functional language than Klingon is hilarious. If this is just a 2D fighter, I'll be so happy. What am I doing here? Alright. That was copy protection? Eat my ass. Pick Koreans. That's all we'll know of this game. Guy doing his homework alone. Is this the text adventure version of, like, Beijing 97? Alright. It is June 30th, 1997, and China will take over the British colony of Hong Kong on July 1st. While the transition is supposed to be smooth and amicable, you just learn that the Chinese intend to confiscate much of the property of the great trading houses. Boring. Oh, Christ. See what kind of bullshit they do to try and spice up Mahjong. I'm not a 70-year-old Chinese lady. When we were looking for this place, or like looking for a house that wound up being this fucking place, there was one house we like looked at in I don't even know where it is. It's like a suburb over, but it was one of these things that used to be a suburb, but thanks to development, like there's like a freeway and just a bunch of main roads and shit. So now it's like this sort of really tragic combination of old people and industrial area and shit. Like it's just very grim. And the house we were looking at was like, you know, not necessarily bad. I mean, we were being shown it by an old Chinese lady who I don't think spoke much English, and I don't even know if she like owned the property. Like we were looking around and then she just sort of came out of somewhere and started taking us through. And we're looking about and it's like, alright, this isn't so bad. And then through like an intermediary that showed up halfway through, we figure out that the downstairs of the place, and bear in mind this is just a fucking house, right? There's an upstairs and there's a downstairs with other rooms. The downstairs of the place wasn't on the fucking lease. Like, we didn't get the downstairs. And that was just where sometimes, like, old Chinese people would be playing, like, mahjong and shit. Like, there'd just be this fucking, like, ancient Chinese gambling house going on underneath us. I steadfastly refuse to understand it. I wonder if the 1992 version has titties. They do that a lot, actually. Yeah, like that stuff. That wasn't the only house we checked that was 2 stories, but we just didn't get one of the stories. Like that's just a thing that happens in Brisbane real estate for some fucking reason. We saw another one out in like fucking Mount Gravatt, and it's just like, oh, this isn't so bad. Oh, downstairs isn't yours, and it's like there was no dividing line between upstairs and downstairs. Downstairs was just like down fucking some carpeted stairs in a fucking house, like you'd have if you had a 2-story home. And it's just like, I fucking look.
Hi.
Hi.
Yo.
Hi there.
你好嘛
She's a challenger, especially dangerous 1-point game. She speaks only Cantonese. That's fair. Yeah, like it felt like it was the shiftiest fucking shit. There's almost a quaintness to it that it still happens, you know?
You fucking baby raper!
That, like, they'll still just be, yeah, this should be illegal. And if it were being made today, it would be. But it's a fucking living situation that's just been grandfathered in through a combination of tenants just being poor and not really asking questions. And probably something to do with Joe Bielke-Peterson. Alright. The fuck is this shit? Like, I just don't want to live over... This is the same fucking game. God, that looks like it's... Without even playing, I know that's a terrible game. Oh, this might actually be fun. Yeah, like, I don't mind if it's like, it's tolerable if it's, you know, there are a lot of places in Brisbane particularly that are modified. You know, they were once a single family home and now they've been modified. And if you modify it, as in turn it into 2 separate living spaces, fine. Because now I've got 2 separate living spaces. If it's just a house and this other cunts live downstairs, fucking what the fuck you goddamn on about? You're renting this for like actual money too. Like actual rental price. Not like, oh yeah, it's like $50, you know, a week. But also, there's just a family downstairs and they're going to call you Ryan regardless of what your name is. Because it's like the only white person name they can fucking say. Okay. You know. Alright. Good movie, Hook. Just the horniest little Tinkerbell. It's so good they addressed that. Yeah, like there should... They really, like, I don't ask for a lot, but I do feel like Triad Gambling Den should be brought up in, like, any listings, you know? Oh, holy shit, it's a point and click. I thought it might be an action. Huh. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay, I thought that said Hugger's Alley. Maybe it is Hugger's Alley. Maybe I'm gonna get, like, aggressively hugged. Doesn't seem to be an awful lot to interact with in this game, I will say that. Oh, that's a hand. Okay, I thought it was a bumhole. Do I have to click on things before they'll register? Ah, okay. It kind of doesn't tell you, like, everything, you know, it sort of highlights some stuff, but not other stuff. That's interesting. What if we finally made a Peter Pan movie that, you know, really addressed just how horny Tinkerbell would have been? Just fucking gagging for it. Worked out some magic just to get the fucking mechanics right. It really could do without, like, hook and pan just staring at me. Like, I don't need that. That doesn't need to be there. I'm not deleting a fucking point-and-click adventure game based around hook. Henrietta really looks like one of those girls that's just, like, constantly getting you in trouble. God, bondage fairies. I haven't thought about that in fucking eons. I won't get the score. Oh. I'd probably go a bit nuts too if I got teleported to some weird other dimension, you know? I feel like that's a valid... God, yeah, he does look like Peter Griffin. Hooray! Alright. Parrot. F. Morgan. Alright. Okay. Neat. Ah, fuck. Alright. I tried, Henrietta. I tried. Fun maths. That does not look fun. Who's ya? Who's what's now? Yeah, like, I do understand that, like, pressing survival matters would pretty well, you know, they'd be a valid distraction. But, I mean, like, you know, it's that thing of the idea of jumping into some other fucking reality. It has, like, larger implications for the nature of things than I think a lot of characters seem to give a shit about. Like, that's a big deal to me. What the fuck? Alright. Oh. I love when games just can't do perspective. What is that shit? Can I touch it? I guess not. What is a who's here? I think I swear I've seen that somewhere before. Die, please. Oh, I'm old and I have a beard. Those heads. Ow. What am I? Ugh. What am I? These are the questions that DOS games make you ask. Alright. Okay. Huh. Well, if we're lucky, this will actually be like, you know, a game. A funny little platformer man will do funny little platformer man things. That's nice. Let's go funny little platformer, man. Alright. This is actually made in a high school? Okay, it's Hacker Studio. That's great. Yeah, I've seen like 4 different fucking things now for Hacker Studio.
Let's go!
Alright. Okay. I thought that would have done something, but it didn't. Oh, dude, I can. Like, I fucking crashed into that guy earlier and I just fucking died. Hey, fuck off. Eh. Well, obviously those are the death blocks, Gabriel. They've got death written on them. What a peculiar little thing. It feels like some Korean kid's homework game. Oh, dicks. Well, that's a tomorrow problem. Is that little guy like a character or something? I wasn't aware of that. I mean, the little fat face did look kind of familiar, but I just, you know, I figured it was just one of those ones where it's like kind of ripping off the art style or something. God only knows. That was a kind of peculiar day, that one. The Home Alone DOS games suck. Never thought I'd say this, but if you want the real Home Alone experience, play the Mega Drive version of Home Alone. I feel like this was a day of let's look at what you could license for a video game. Homie the Clown, The Honeymooners, Home Alone, Hollywood Squares. God only knows how many other fucking things that just shouldn't be video games. Like, particularly back in the day. Like, these days, now that there's, like, you know, computers that can actually do things, you could sort of, like, alright, you know, like, there's a fucking Desperate Housewives game. You know, and these days, it's, you know, like a fucking point and click with hidden objects and shit. You know, stuff women actually enjoy. With, like, graphics and digitized fucking voices and stuff. So, you know, it's like being in Wisteria Lane. That kind of makes sense. You know, like, I understand that there's a fucking SVU game, and it's like, yeah, it's a procedural, you can turn that into a video game these days, because, again, you've got, like, not just the fucking computing power, but the common fucking sense to make it into a kind of game that actually fits the fucking franchise. Not like, oh, let's get, like, a fucking, you know, like Desperate Housewives and just make it like a platformer or something. Like, you know, trying to jam these fucking games into, like, the 4 available fucking genres of video game that your sub 8-bit, like, fucking DOS machine could fucking produce. Like Desperate Housewives, and you're in a little plane shooting. It's just asteroids, but you're blasting fat women for some reason. There is not a Home Alone game that doesn't fucking suck. Yeah, the Neighbors game. No, as wild as DOS is, I'd say Amiga's probably even weirder for just, like, there's a low game on Amiga, and it's a platformer. A video game based on a British sitcom where they all play French people in Nazi-occupied France. What ideas did they say no to, you know? What was the pitch for this? I mean, there's that level upon which it's that issue of like, if people were expecting this to be an enjoyable experience and a profitable venture, it's deranged. But if they were just doing it as like some kind of fucking outsider conceptual art, it's genius. And it's just, you just know it's not the fucking latter. People were like, yes, this is a smart thing. Let's release Neighbors on the Commodore 64. Let's have it be like a skateboard game for some reason. Yeah, there are several Elvira games. I think we played them. There's two. They're not great, but they're not terrible. They're dungeon crawlers, which makes a bizarre amount of sense. Like, actual effort went to fucking, making these things. Oh, like, the thing about, like, licensed games is it definitely changed after a while. Like, I mean, broadly anything like that, for a licensed game, that Hook game's not terrible. And even the Hook game on the fucking 16-bitters isn't awful either. Like, it's just a basic fucking action platformer. There's, like, flight, Like, it wasn't, like, absolutely universal. There were fucking licensed games that weren't, like, the worst thing you've ever fucking seen. But, oh boy. Actually, while I've got you here, let's just take a let's have a quick look-see over at one of the ones that always leaps to mind whenever I'm thinking about this. All right, so you remember the thrilling opus Time Cop starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. Okay. So, witness this. Yeah, Home Improvement video game. That I sort of almost get because they use video games in this fucking intro of Home Improvement, so I can kind of see why that happened. It's dumb, but I rented this. This is one of the few fucking games I ever took back to the video store and was just like, look, no. We've been coming to this video store for like years. How... So, like, you've got to, because it's, like, sort of supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, you've got these, like, shitty fucking, like, digitized, like, yeah, guys that you can, like, but, like, all your, like, like, this is it, this is the game. Like, that fucking the world's slowest uppercut. Forgot to put it on fucking thing again. Mission Impossible game was fun. I enjoyed that. I had the 64 version. So yeah. Like, you've got, like, gun, but it runs out. So then you're stuck using, like... Like, this is like the farthest I've got in this. The uppercut. Like, I don't even know why it's in the game. Like, there's no duck punch, there's only, like, crouch kick. And, like, if you try to stand kick, it's, like, the slowest thing in the world. Like, all the, like, because you don't get much gun. Like, I've got, like, a bullet left. So the game's, like, predominantly around, like, fucking trying to punch pricks. Just terrible graphics. Terrible sound. Shitty fucking gameplay. Absolute abomination. And then, funnily enough, there was Time Tracks based on the short-lived TV series Time Tracks, and it was actually reasonably good. Mixed bag. The weird thing is everything would work as a cart game. There's just no debating that, and I don't know how that works. I don't know what it is about the karting constant. Like, I was just thinking, oh yeah, Drew Carey as a karting game. I was like, no, that makes just perfect sense. I think every sitcom can be a karting game for some reason. I think everything can just be a karting game. Like, there's nothing that can't do a fucking karting game. Yeah, like, I mean, that, like, Last Action Hero, absolute piece of shit. Cliffhanger, absolute piece of shit. Like, the bulk of them were just absolute forgettable pieces of shit. And the thing is, like, you forget they exist. Because, you know, why would you ever bloody think about, like, oh yeah, Time Cop on the fucking SNES? I mean, I think about it because it was a fucking event. Because I actually was like, that was the first time in my life I was like, this is so fucking bad that I refuse to pay for this. You know, I was like fucking, I don't know, 13 or some shit. I was like, no. This is, I have been sold a lie. And bear in mind, like, you know, you could rent some games that were like borderline unfunctional in a lot of ways. A Pixar's Cars game where they drive the carts, like their cars in carts, that's how you have to do that. You can't just have them driving around, that's weird. That's the Cars version of Man Turismo, which I still would love to see. It's always carts. They have to be carts. It can't be like, you know, horses or shit. The carts can be themed, you know, like someone might be in like a rickety looking wooden cart that you might have in like some kind of, you know, fantasy fucking Middle Ages. But, you know, otherwise it's just fucking carts. Come and see cart. I do have to look into getting some of those, like, SVU, like, those weird recent, like, adventure games. Because I am sort of obsessed with that idea. Like, the idea that I know there's, like, an EastEnders game and shit, like, you know, because my memory of stupid licensed titles for things that just shouldn't be is all, like that 16-bit period, where you'd get, like, a fucking pixel crunch that vaguely resembled the fucking actor, but doesn't for reasons to do with, like, you know, not paying likeness rights and stuff like that. And then there's, like, the modern day where it's just like, yeah, Sam Waterston's in the fucking, you know, fucking Law and Order game. Look, there's fucking Detective Stadler. Like, that I kind of want to play that. And I'm guessing my standards for, like, a playable licensed game are fairly lower than the fucking people who reviewed these things. Like, I bet they're not good games, but I think that because they'll be functional and I get to, like, you know, be in SVU and talk to Jerry Orbach, it'll be like, yeah, this is great fun. What was Bad Boys game on? Was that a PS1 game? Like, going go-karting feels like something the dude would do, too, you know? Like, I feel like it's kind of anything that's really distinct, you know? Like, the more distinct it is, the more iconography, you know, iconic sounds and images it has, the better it fits for a karting game. You know, because you can start imagining, like, weapons for it and, like, stages and the way all those things would work. I get my Everybody Loves Raymond 2D fighter. I still want Seinfeld versus Capcom, god damn it. Fuck, that image made me laugh when I first saw it. Alright, well, that's it for today. Today's Monday, which means there's a tomorrow, which means there's a Tuesday, which means it'll be on hopefully at 10 AM if I don't get weird indigestion. This one was kind of my fault. I did that thing where I eat like weird midnight jalapenos. It just burns my insides. I gotta stop doing it. But they're so tasty. They spice up just very plain sandwiches. Kramer beating up little kids. This is what I do. Like, this is what I mean about buying tickets, man. I want that to exist, and it should exist. And I don't care if I don't own the copyright. Go fuck yourself. What are you gonna do? Sue? Like, that's the problem, is all the groups and people that try to get these things done, all these fan games, they do them publicly because, you know, there'll be some element of, like, put it on the fucking resume, because, look, here's something I developed and, like, fair. Or, you know, they'll be trying to get, like, fucking money to pay to get the shit done, because, yeah, alright, you know, you don't have a lot of, you know, disposable income. Whereas if I was, like, fucking a Patreon millionaire, I would have lots of disposable income, and not really a lot of shit to fucking spend it on, you know? Outside of maybe a place to live, it would just be, well, you know, every now, like once a month I buy a $200 Transformers figure. And now I just really want to play fucking Seinfeld Kart, goddammit. And it'd be a good game, too. None of this, like, fucking shithole knockoff goddamn Garfield fucking kart racing bullshit. It would be a good karting game. Like, the fucking corridors of Seinfeld's, like, apartment complex, that's stage one. Alright, well, that's a job for you to do, though. I can't do that, sadly. You know, if you want the world's greatest art produced by a wealthy maniac, there's only one option, and that's to make the Patreon number go up. Number go up. Number go up. Otherwise, watch my show, or I'll bash your fucking kids.